The history of Indonesian cuisine is long and colorful. Even though most of it is not that well documented, recipes and stories still survive with us today due to local customs and oral traditions. For this reason, let us uncover the foods of Indonesia with me in the land of spices. I invite you to taste, see, and talk about a few dishes that are reliant upon spices. These spices bring about strong flavors and are sure to be pleasantly familiar. Let's find out. I'm now in West Java. And similar to other locations across Indonesia, the Sundanese, the hosts of this region, are inseparable from eating rice. Because of this, there are so many different dishes found that is to be enjoyed along with this food staple. And one of the characteristic dishes from West Java that is widely loved is pepes. The name pepes is actually the method of cooking this dish, which is done by way of using banana leaves as food wrappings and then cooking it. In West Java, the most used ingredient in pepes is that of fish and, of course, chicken. But more than just meats can be used. Mushrooms are always a good choice. The same can be said about tofu and the traditional staple food, oncom. Indonesians eat this food with their hands without spoons, forks, or knives, as eating in this fashion is thought to be a better way to enjoy pepes with warm rice. It takes many different spices to make just one wrap of pepes. A mixture of turmeric, ginger, Indonesian bay leaf, and lemongrass is the key behind its rich flavor. Pepes has a very unique and characteristic taste and is sought after by people across Nusantara and even the world. A fan of pepes that you might know of is the former president of the United States himself, Barack Obama. Pepes in Indonesia was actually once extremely popular among the people. It is even one of the oldest methods of cooking, be that in Asia, Latin America, or other countries along the equator. In fact, using leaves as wrappings in cooking is still common today, a proof of ancestral culinary heritage. Like so many special traditional foods, pepes was passed down by word of mouth from person to person. And today, through people like Ibu Dirja, pepes continues to be a renowned culinary heritage of Nusantara. So if there's one thing to remember when you're in the Karawang area, is to visit Pepes Haji Dirja.
Ya gitu, yang ini pan itu makanan Sunda, ibu khas Sunda ini termasak ini khas Sunda. Orang Barat juga suka itu makanan Sunda ini teh. Ini ibu semua pepes pakai kayu bakar, masak nasi kayu bakar, goreng-goreng ikan juga pakai kayu bakar. Karena ya udah wanginya juga udah beda. Dulu zaman minyak ya udah jauh juga udah beda itunya baunya. Sekarang zaman gas udah beda lagi baunya juga. Ya masakan pepes itu nggak bisa ibu, nggak bisa pakai kompor gas, nggak bisa pakai kompor minyak dulu. Biar susah juga, mahal juga ibu beli kayu bakar. Pasar-pasar kan banyak, jual bumbu udah bagus, udah halus, ibu nggak mau. Udah lain rasanya, udah lain, jauh banget perbedaannya. Dibanding dapat tangan sendiri, ibu pada seger, pada kunyit lengkuas pada seger, itu bersih juga gitu ya. Tetap ibu berusaha pakai tangan sendiri. Ya favorit ibu mah juga cuma daun itu salam sama serai. Paling dipakai itu pasak apa juga itu dipakai. Gitu. Ya harapan ibu ya jangan putus lah. Kalau ibu udah nggak ada, bapak udah nggak ada. Gitu. Suami ibu udah nggak ada, ibu juga nggak ada. Jangan putus gitu.
We've now seen the impact of spices on the characteristic Indonesian dish pepes. So next, we will explore another dish equally rich in authentic spices from Nusantara. Continue to stay in the land of spices. In order to discover the culinary thrills this country has to offer, it's incomplete if this one city full of culture is skipped. I'm now in the ancient Javanese city of Yogyakarta. Let's discover the legendary dishes Jogja has to offer. In the special region of Yogyakarta, the monarchy is still responsible of governing the province. As we've learned in a previous episode, the Kraton is a palace complex, the seat of the reigning sultan. You can imagine that life was very different within the Kraton and incomparable with what was experienced by common folk. In fact, in the past, there was a dish especially reserved for this elite. What do you think was the dish that was kept hidden from the masses? There is a dish that was once kept for royalty and was only enjoyed as a main course by Javanese rulers. Even though the ingredients that make up this dish is relatively cheap and easily obtained, the recipe is what was kept a secret. This was the case until Sri Sultan Hamengkubuwono VII revealed the secret recipe of this classic Kraton dish called mangut lele. And that is why today this delicacy can be enjoyed by all people. A key to the tastiness of this dish is in the selection of the size of the fish. I am told that this influences the flavor, and the medium-sized catfish is what is best used in this preparation. On top of that, for the thick broth, coconut milk is a must. It is freshly made by squeezing grated coconuts, and this will make the dish the more savory and enjoyable. There is a legendary rumah makan that has been open since the 1960s. Here, they begin to smoke the catfish from 8 o'clock in the morning. In one day, some 50 kilograms of catfish is available in their simple kitchen. What's special about this place is that if you come to visit, the atmosphere is such that you feel right at home. And the fact that you serve yourself might be a contributing factor. And you do this straight from the old and authentic kitchen. You see, I've had catfish before, but nothing like this. What's common are fried or grilled catfish, so smoked catfish. You don't find that too often. What I like is that the smoke penetrates all the way to the very soft flesh, till you could even taste it. And now the spices. Spicy, flavorful, delicious. If you're interested in trying mangut lele, it's best to visit the Bantul Regency here in Yogyakarta, where since the year 1969, Marto Derio, familiarly called Granny Marto, has been selling her famous mangut lele. To this day, she continues to express her devotion in preserving this legendary dish. And you can now still find Granny Marto with her kids and grandkids smoking catfish with coconut tusks, as she did all those years ago.
Anak kula 6, wedoke nika ragil. Lanang 5. Saya anak do duwe ya alhamdulillah nggih. Nek kula ya tetep ora duwe. Kula ke umur 20. Nek biyen ngalor teng pasar Mringharjo gendong. Mongko nek bojo kula mentuk menyang mulih mlaku ya bareng ora ate apa-apa biyen. Duwe mbok wis ora ketok kene mbah dodol nang omah wae. Sesuk wong kene mek dondono mesakake wong tuwa ngedong. Yo tomoro. Kula teng omah mantek akeh le dodol. Mriki to. Kula ajeng dijak kan teng mriko kok 3 dina. Kon ngajari. Kula ya gemang lah ngono ora balekke. Kula mah gemelang ngono ora balekke. Mboten nek kan ngajari teng mriki mawon. Nek mriko ora gelem kula. Kencur, sungki, bawang, miri, brambang. Niku terus lomboke cek akeh. Cek mesti kambil lombok akeh, Mas. Engko nek lombok akeh, kambil ora akeh. Ora kenthel ya ora enak. Nah, kambil akeh, lombok akeh. Kenthel enak. Lele digarang, nek pun rampung digarang mateng, dibumboni, cemplungke bumbu rak dadine mangut. Mangut lele ngoten.
Kalau dari sisi kultur, saya tetap akan melestarikan apa yang sudah diwariskan Mbah Marto ke generasi saya. Jadi sebenarnya sudah saya ingat-ingat itu ada 2 filosofi Mbah Marto itu. Satu, melayani dengan baik. Yang kedua, ojo sok mengurangi hak orang lain. Maksudnya sih Mbok, jangan mengurangi bumbu. Nah, itu aja Mas. Ojo sok mengurangi hak wong liya. Dalam hal ini yang ditekan Mbah Marto itu ojo bumbune dikurangi, meskipun misalnya kowe laris, kamu laris, jangan sekali-kali kamu mengurangi bumbu. Karena sekali orang kesini bumbunya tidak konsisten pasti akan lari Mas. Nah, ini saya rasakan sendiri Mas. Takarannya segitu ya wes segitu, tidak pernah saya kurangi, meskipun harga lombok pernah berapa Mas? 1 kilo 140.000. Nah, saya kan seharian dapat untung cuma untuk beli lombok aja kurang. Nah, karena setiap hari saya butuh lombok 10-15 kilo. Gitu. Awal buka dulu itu Mbah Marto itu pekerjaannya macam-macam Mas. Ada nyambi-nyambi istilahnya. Jadi kalau ada orang beli di dapur itu langsung sama Simbah ditawarin ambil sendiri Mas. Ambil sendiri Mas. Sampai saat ini. Nah, sampai saat ini budaya itu tidak ditinggalkan Simbok. Mereka ambil sendiri sampai dengan makan habis baru hitung Jadi seperti itu Mas. Sebenarnya dulu tidak sengaja karena simbol itu kalau ada pembeli langsung suruh ambil sendiri, baru bayar. Terus-terusan seperti itu, akhirnya tidak berubah sampai sekarang. Begitu.
Dedication is an important thing to have, and Granny Marto gives us a fine example to follow. In the next segment, we will discover another legendary dish, a dish that was once used exclusively in ceremony. Are you curious? Let's find out together in the land of spices. Still in the land of Java, more precisely 15 kilometers south of Yogyakarta in the Bantul Regency. Why did we come down to Bantul? Well, there is a so-called Kampung Santan, also known as the Coconut Milk Village, and it has caught my attention. I think you'll find it to be quite interesting. The majority of people in this village rely on the coconut tree to make a living. I'm currently in a house that creates handcrafts from coconut shells. A good way to cut down on waste, don't you think? So let's find out all there is to know about the Santan village.
Kebetulan di Kampung Santan, para leluhur kami dulu adalah pengrajin nira kelapa yang dijadikan gula Jawa. Yang paling unik di Kampung Santan utamanya adalah ini, kita menampilkan hasil karya kerajinan batok kelapanya. Dan kebetulan produk kita adalah berbagai macam peralatan makan, dan ini kebanyakan digunakan untuk luar negeri, catering masakan luar negeri. Kalau batok kelapa kebetulan kami berusaha di bidang ini baru 30 tahun. Dan untuk selain itu di Kampung Santan yang kita tampilkan, keunggulan di Kampung Santan adalah kulinernya. Kulinernya kita berbahan baku santan kelapa, dan selain itu minumannya juga menjadi khas juga. Biasanya sebagai istilahnya welcome drink ya, itu adalah dawet hijau.
I think I'm at the right place. This building has fine accents and seems to be connected with the simple values of village life. I'm here to taste the coconut milk servings of the Santan village. I am Ingku. And the story behind this dish, I'm told, is pretty amazing. And this is the reason we're here, for a dish that was once used as a symbol, and only for important events of the people of Jogja. It is called I Am Ingku, and this place is one of the pioneers in making this dish available to be enjoyed wherever and whenever. Ing is taken from the word ingsun, and kum from maneku, which means I pray with great solemnity. For many of the Javanese, the sasajen is a sacred affair, where sajen is the act of serving or presenting an offering for nature and the spirits. Ever since the time of the Javanese kingdom, with influences from Hinduism, there was a dish deemed sacred that was only to be served in Javanese death rituals. But now, this once offering has become a part of Yogyakarta's culinary attraction, special to the region. So the reason as to why this dish was only served on specific occasions, like religious ceremonies, festive days, celebrations, and the remembrance of those who have passed, was for the very unique philosophy that surrounded it. Ayam ingkung as a ceremonial offering in the land of Java had been documented in the Serat Centini, a compilation of Javanese tales and teachings written in verse and published in the year 1814. Ayam ingkung is served in a bowing posture as a sign of the family kneeling and begging forgiveness for those that have passed, whereas the head turned facing back is symbolic of how man should remember everything that has been done and to be continuously grateful of what one has. But all things considered, I can say that this dish is highly enjoyable. So this ayam ingkung has a very soft texture. I think the coconut milk broth is what really completes it, as it gives that much welcome savoriness. And I took a peek in the kitchen earlier and saw how they used all these different spices in the preparation. And I have an inkling that that's what's gotten rid of any smells and is responsible for this pleasant aroma.
Jadi rempah-rempah bagi orang Jawa itu sangat sangat dibutuhkan. Misalkan untuk kesehatan, orang Jawa itu mengkonsumsi yang dinamakan empon-empon. Itu kan khasiatnya sangat bagus untuk kesehatan. Selanjutnya kaitannya dengan kuliner, khususnya di ingkung itu yang paling utama, yang paling pokok itu dari rempah-rempah. Jadi tanpa rempah-rempah, ingkung itu rasanya akan hambar. Jadi awalnya itu hanya dibuat atau disajikan untuk acara khusus, biasanya untuk syukuran atau untuk acara tertentu. Terus ada ide bagaimana kalau ingkung itu dibuat untuk kuliner. Dari awal kami memulai itu alhamdulillah banyak peminatnya. Jadi awalnya dari masyarakat Bandung sendiri, lama-kelamaan menyebar ke beberapa daerah. Jadi khasnya itu ayam ingkung Jawa. Jadi ayamnya ayam Jawa asli. Ingkung itu disajikan secara utuh. Kepalanya pun ditundukkan ke bawah. Jadi kan kepala ingkung dihadapkan ke bawah. Itu biasanya kita untuk hormat. Gitu. Jadi sampai saat ini kami ada 4 varian. Yang pertama areh atau original, yang kedua ingkung goreng, yang ketiga ingkung bakar, dan yang keempat ingkung rica-rica.
A Javanese proverb says, "Urip iku urup," which means life is a flame, and like a flaming fire, our life should be burning and full of spirit that spreads kindness and gives benefit to our surroundings. We are still benefiting from the culinary heritage and methods of utilizing spices passed down by our ancestors. So let's be grateful and try our level best to think of others and give back. Let's see Indonesia, see the world, and see today.